Hi, I'm Hugh. In my previous video, I explained how transformers work using a metaphor of a dating app for words. Words get profiles. The transformer builds a profile describing what kind of word it's looking for, then it finds the best match. But that raises another question. Why does AI need giant data centers, massive amounts of memory, and some of the most powerful computers that have ever been built? The answer is math. Let's quickly revisit our example from the last video. The transformer builds a query profile, then compares it against candidate word profiles. Moon turns out to be the best match. But how does the transformer compare two profiles? This is where the math comes in. Remember the embeddings we used to represent each word profile? Mathematicians call a list of numbers like this a vector. Don't worry about the fancy name. A vector is simply a list of numbers. Now, one simple way to compare vectors is to multiply matching numbers, then add up the results. The bigger the score, the better the match. When we compare banana, the score is lower, which means it's a weaker match. Let's take a quick pause and review the AI terms we've been using. Embeddings are word profiles. Vectors are the list of numbers inside those profiles. And a query is the profile describing the next word the transformer is looking for. There's one more set of AI terms you might hear people mention. You've already seen queries. A query describes what the transformer is looking for. A key describes what a word has to offer, and a value describes the information that word contributes. If those terms sound a little intimidating, don't worry. The important idea is simply that queries, keys, and values work together to help the transformer figure out which words matter most. One comparison isn't very difficult. The problem, though, is that transformers don't compare just one thing. Every word may need to be compared with many other words, and as the number of words grows, the amount of math grows even faster. This causes a scaling problem. The math isn't the only challenge. Every word requires storing a vector, and real vectors contain thousands of numbers, far more than the 3 we're using in our examples. All of these numbers must be stored in memory. Our example vectors use whole numbers. Real AI vectors are much more precise. They often contain numbers with many digits after the decimal point. Those extra digits improve accuracy, but they also require much more memory to store. And when you're storing billions of numbers, that memory starts to add up fast. Engineers have invented clever ways to deal with this scaling problem. One of them is called attention. Attention helps the transformer focus on the most important clues instead of treating every clue equally. To do that, it assigns attention scores to the words that came before. For example, in our sentence, it will pay less attention to common words like the and more attention to meaningful words like cow. Attention doesn't eliminate the work, but it helps the transformer spend more effort where it matters most. Another trick is called quantization. Instead of storing lots of digits, we store fewer. The goal is to use as little memory as possible without hurting the accuracy too much. You may hear people talk about 16-bit models, 8-bit models, or even 4-bit models. These are all examples of quantization. Less memory, faster computation. But if we remove too much information, the predictions become worse. By now, you've encountered a lot of AI terminology: embeddings, queries, keys, values, attention scores. These aren't separate systems. They are all part of the same neural network. Some of these components are learned, others are calculated on the fly, But underneath it all are enormous collections of learned numbers. Each learned number inside the neural network is called a parameter. Modern frontier AI systems use hundreds of billions of parameters. Every one of them consumes memory and computing power. You've now encountered many of the most common terms used in AI. You don't need to memorize them. The important thing is that when you hear these words in future conversations, they won't sound mysterious anymore. Now you understand why AI needs so much memory and so much computing power. Behind every prediction are enormous numbers of vectors, comparisons, parameters, and calculations happening at incredible speed.